Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For a radio audience tuning in at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all can be with us. Also joining us online worldwide via our podcast at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music. We're glad you all could be with us as well. As you guys know, we love to be able to showcase positive stories that really inspire and motivate us all. And one of the shows that's on the ABC stations nationwide is Hearts of Heroes. It allows us to see everyday people who are facing extraordinary challenges, but how they rely on the bravery of first responders to help save lives and rebuild communities. The show expert Sheldon Yellen guides us through these heartwarming stories of resilience and courage. We're excited to welcome Sheldon to our broadcast today, and he's joined also by Sam Orbovich, who's a survivor of a fiery crash. We're going to talk to Sheldon not only about the success of the show and what it highlights, but also Sam about his story and what he hopes you all can learn, and also maybe even tips for yourself when it comes to facing similar emergencies. Thanks to the two of you for stopping by. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Cyrus.
Thanks.
This is such a powerful segment for us here, and we're so glad to have you both. Sheldon, I want to begin with you. Talk to us about the show Hearts of Heroes for those who may just be finding out about it and how it does highlight that bravery of first responders that we talked about.
So I've been in the restoration business for 40 years, and I spent 40 years seeing people, just everyday people, reaching out to everyday people in need. And some great, heroic stories have obviously passed my way. We were so lucky to be part of Hearts of Heroes 6 years ago, and since then we've been able to travel the nation and see these first responders in their heroic modes saving people every day without any accolades, just doing the right thing. In this example, and you're going to hear Sam's story, Sam wound up getting into a car accident on the freeway, no fault of his. His car was ran off the side of the road. Fire ensued. He was trapped inside the car. He couldn't get out because his car abutted a guardrail. They couldn't get the doors open to get him out. 6 innocent bystanders, good Samaritans, rushed to Sam's rescue, tried busting open the windows. They couldn't. Tried putting out the fire. They couldn't. Tried opening the doors. They couldn't. Finally, a good Samaritan came with that tool that cracks open windshields. They got that windshield cracked, pulled Sam out feet first. 15 seconds later, Sam's car exploded, but Sam was saved by 6 incredibly heroic, everyday citizens. It's an amazing story, and that's why this show is so powerful, to tell the good of what people do every day.
Sheldon, I'm so glad you said that, because so many times, we hear about these negative stories, but I think this story and what Hearts of Heroes really does spotlight the good that is in the world. Sam, thank you again for sharing a bit of your story with us. Talk to us about your experience and what it was like for you to see those heroic actions that Sheldon was just talking about.
Well, it was amazing, and I would not be here today if it weren't for 6 particular people: Kadir, Michael, Tess, Lacey, David, and Tessa. I can tell you that what was happening, I left my office and was driving along the freeway. As Sheldon said, there was a car that sort of ran me off the road. It's the last thing I remember before jumping the curb and hitting the lamppost, and then the airbag went out, so it knocked me out for a little bit. When I came to, my car had come to rest up against the wrong side of a guardrail, and there were flames in front of me. I could see through the windshield. Flames to the right of me. I could see through the passenger side, and there were people pounding and pulling on the doors and yelling, "Get him out, get him out of there." And I was saying, "Please get me out." And I was trying to push on the door, but I don't know what was blocking the door. So what happened was David broke the window with a window punch, and they pulled me out feet first, and it was 15 seconds later, my car went up in flames. And while they were doing this, each of my tires was exploding and pushing them back. If you ever see the video, you can see that the percussive effect of those tires exploding, pushing them back. They persisted, and I wouldn't be here if they hadn't.
And Sam, I love that you shared this, and I read this when I was prepping for this segment, that you've been able to stay in contact with those individuals. I mean, why has that been important for you, and what was it like for you to kind of reconnect with them after that?
Well, it's interesting because nobody knew who they were for quite some time. for a couple of weeks. It took us a couple of weeks searching social media, word of mouth, as people came forward before we found these folks. And a month after the accident, my wife and I hosted them at an event, a little gathering in our neighborhood, and they brought their families, they brought their boyfriends. We spent a marvelous evening together, and they are just wonderful people, but they were very joyful, and it was the first time they had a chance to congratulate each other for saving me. And it was just marvelous, and I've talked to many of them several times since.
It's just amazing. Again, now, of course, we get to be able to see more of that story with Hearts of Heroes as well. Sheldon, I want to ask you then, thinking about our audience out there, what life-saving tips can you share for them if they may find themselves in a similar situation like a car fire?
Sure. I think what we've all learned in this situation is that it wouldn't hurt if everybody, and I mean everybody, could buy that punch tool. It's a little 1.5, 2-inch tool, and put in every car you have in the event of a fire, in the event of needing to bust out of your car, to have that little tool to bust that windshield open or the side window and get out of that car. But always stay calm. Of course, call 911, and you hope that there's good Samaritans that would help you if you don't have that punch tool. But I think the best thing everybody can do is get that punch tool. And Cyrus, I also want to add this. You asked me earlier about this show. We get to highlight the good that first responders do every week. We get to highlight the good that these good Samaritans do. But I want to tell you about how humble Sam is, who never wanted to go public. He only wanted them to get the recognition. We had to twist arms to get Sam here with us today to help tell his story. That's a lot of character in this young man. And I'm telling you, that's what Hearts of Heroes is all about. Doesn't matter your background, your ethnicity, your religion, where you come from, rich or poor. It's good people doing good things. That's what Hearts of Heroes is all about.
And we definitely need more of that. Again, everyone, Hearts of Heroes are airing every weekend on ABC stations nationwide, so you can check your local listings for that. And we've been joined today by Sheldon Yellen as well as Sam Orbovich, talking with us, not only, of course, about the everyday people who are making some extraordinary differences in the lives of individuals like Sam and what we can all learn from that. Thanks to the two of you again for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to having you back on the program again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live, and let's go make today amazing. Take care.